A town of sorrow, a people unwell. The heroes still seek lost Arabelle. Vistani and hunters and elves, oh my, none could e'er find her, though how hard they try. Traveled through the day, then at a late hour, found a wagon and a room full of clues in a tower. Esmeralda, Von Richten, and Rictavio. Now we shall see where the heroes will go. And welcome, my friends, to Barovia. We find ourselves outside of the Tower of Kazan on the jetty of lands jutting out into Lake Baratok, a little bit north of the town of Valaki. I believe it was just Chris and Abe who were around for all the revelations last time, so I don't know if you guys want to have a powwow with Rachel. In fact, you two didn't even have much time to discuss what you had found. So, it would probably be a good time to discuss what you saw up there and what you think about it, if you want. Or you could go into a wagon. I don't care.
I want to go
I
to
want to
that
recap. Recap all the things.
one. Recap. Let's see. Going back into my notes. All right,
I have to pull
so
up my huge info dump.
Right.
yeah, that
from
was
like 2
good.
weeks ago. Where did we start last time? Was it like from leaving the city? I think heading towards the tower.
You were at the Luna River crossroads.
Yeah, that's where those stupid
Okay.
things attacked us.
Yeah, so we were at the river crossroads, and somebody, it might have been Lee, saw something in the water and went and grabbed it, and it was a handkerchief with the initials RVR, which we're suspecting means Rudolph von Richten. That was pretty much it until we got to the tower, and then we got to the tower. There's the tower itself. There is a wagon. I think it kind of looks like Vistani style wagon that was locked, and there was a note on it saying, basically, if you open this, you're gonna get done blowed up. And
Maybe.
there was a bunch of wolf tracks around the entrance to the tower and the wagon, but there's no people around or werewolves or anything. And then Corvus went into the tower first, and there was like this kind of elevator system that's operated by these like statues. And I think what is it? You just like tell it, say up or down or whatever, and the elevator works.
Yeah.
And then there was one floor that was basically like unstable, nothing. It would all collapse if you stepped on it. Then the
Yeah, no
next
one definitely did
floor,
that at all.
yeah, nobody
Stayed
did
on
that.
the
Then the
whole
next
time.
floor, there was, I think it was like, what was it, like a baby, like bassinet or something like that, and it was empty.
With an
I
old
think,
rotten crib. Yeah, gross.
yeah,
Forgot
crib.
about
Ew.
That's
that.
right. It was the old rotten
Ew.
crib. I don't think
Wasn't
there's
there a
anything else on
gross?
that floor really.
There was a gross crib in the first house we were in, right? And it had like, wasn't there a crib in the first house we were in?
Yeah, the like monster house.
Yeah, with yep. Mm.
And then the top floor was actually relatively intact, and then so that's where we found all of our like clues and stuff. So there was, let's see, there was like kind of like a furnace thing, and there was some half burned posters that were referencing Rictavio, and there was a note but I think Abe pasted the note into the chat as well. Talking about this monster hunter who wants to get revenge on the vampire who killed his child. And basically he can't die. I don't know if this is like literal or just like figure of speech kind of thing. And then what else? Oh, and then we saw something glinting in the water outside the tower, so we went to go check it out, and there was some jars of partially used paint buried in the water. And I think that pretty much covers all the like essentials.
Yeah, they had like stones in the bottom.
Like sink them.
Yep.
Maybe just trying to hide them.
3 questions. Am I remembering correctly that there was a second set of wagon tracks? As if a second wagon has been here?
Yeah.
Do we recognize the name Rectavio, Roctavio, whatever the name is?
Yeah, that was the half elf who told you guys a story when you were at the bar for the first time.
Oh, the one that.
He was at the Blue Water Inn. He told a story about a vampire. And then he like talked to the Marticobs and left.
Okay.
He talked to you guys a little bit too.
And
Yeah, I think
third,
he said like he's not from this land.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember if we got anything else out of him.
and then last question: did we like get the paint up? Do we know what colors the paints are? Like, do they look
2
like
yellow
the ones we're
and
used
a
to painting?
white.
Yeah.
Do those like have we seen those colors anywhere recently, like on a sign or a wagon or anything?
I mean, that burn paper has like blue and yellow ink on it, but
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the posters do. I don't remember.
What
Yeah,
color's the
posters in
wagon?
Yeah, I don't know.
The one else out front.
Mm-hmm.
Stand by.
it's purple paint with fancy gold
Fresh
trim.
kernel. Yep. Purple paint, gold trim.
With red curtains.
That's right.
And it smells of sulfur.
Van
Yeah.
Helsing.
There's like.
Did we find Van Helsing's journal?
I really want to open this thing.
Yeah, and there was found a silver dagger.
That's right.
And a bracelet. Or something. Is that right? Or some sort of like a charm bracelet.
Yeah, I vaguely
Is
remember
it
it.
child-sized or adult-sized?
Child size.
Yeah, it was child size.
Um,
And is it too late to say that we took those things?
For sure.
The party sheet. Stash. You don't happen to
Oh,
have...
there was I forgot to mention this last time. There was a Taraka card up there as
Oh.
well.
Well,
Oh.
son of a bitch.
put it in your deck.
Tell me about it, stud.
Scroll up to the top. Shoot, where is it? 4th floor. Colorful beaded bracelet with several wooden charms sized for a child. These were wrapped around a silver dagger and a Taraka card of the hooded one. The hooded one.
Hooded one.
Yeah.
Found inside Kaza's tower. Top floor. By dagger.
Hey, she's talking again. Dang it.
Um,
Nice recap, Chris.
edit. Dagger found in.
And then I posted some theories. The only one I feel pretty confident about is that Rictavio is also Rudolf von Richten. But everything else, there's a bunch of kind of open questions.
Dun, dun, dun.
Inside.
Where is it?
Okay.
I just want to show you an image, and I forget how to do that.
Show it. Just do it.
I don't know how.
Just do it. Alias 4.
All right. Well, what would you guys like to do? Now find yourselves at the base of the tower. I believe Lee's just coming out of the water with the findings from the lily pads, finding the paint pots in there. That's about where you are right now.
Anyone else curious about the inhabitants of this here cot? Wanting to know?
Yeah, I'm definitely curious, but I'm concerned that it might be trapped.
What if we throw a rock through the window?
The things that were burned in the tower, do you tell how fresh those fires were? Were there any signs in the tower of like how recently someone has been here?
Um, not recently.
Hmm.
Not recently. There it is. There it is. Found it.
Mmm. Look at that dope sword. Into my notes you go, hooded one.
Is he covering up his half-elf ears?
Got a lot of swords. A lot of symbologies around 3 on that card. Does it mean something? Who knows? Interesting. Where exactly are we standing, Andy?
Base of the tower.
Okay.
Wherever you want to stand.
I don't know, about 10 feet away from that wagon. No reason.
Oh my god. I'm gonna back away from the wagon.
You see Corvus start looking for a rock.
Of Okay, I'm gonna back away from the wagon.
Let me just change my notes here.
Oh god.
Okay.
Lee says, "Wait, give me 1 second," and then he's gonna make an untrained thievery check. But with my whatever feat it is, I can make untrained checks. Look for traps on the
Oh.
wagon. Okay, it's not bad.
I feel great about that roll.
Ooh, while he's checking for traps, I want to cast Detect Magic.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay.
More creatures.
Okay. You detect no magic. Other than, I guess, what you're familiar with.
Right, the normal stuff. Just the normal magic.
Just normal magic.
So it's gotta be. It's just to scare people.
Traps don't have to be magical.
So, do you have thieves' tools?
I do not have thieves' tools. I'm not trying to disarm it. I just want to see if there is a trap.
I do have thieves' tools.
Okay.
I say over Lee's shoulder.
You discern no trap.
Okay. Lee kind of like stands up and backs off, and he says, "I'm no professional, but I can't find any traps."
Well,
I would take them at their word, Corvus, that they have indeed trapped their belongings.
well, I mean, what if they're in trouble inside? I'm gonna knock at the door.
You think they're trapped inside the wagon?
Oh, wounded. We saw no evidence of someone inside.
I think Lee did knock on the door earlier, and there was no response.
There remains no response.
I jiggle the handle.
It is locked.
And the windows are glass.
Looks, yeah, it's locked.
I would like to attempt to pick the locks.
By all means.
Is that a thievery check?
Yeah.
Fuck. Alright. I'm untrained. It's gonna be great. Come on, untrained proficiencies.
Does Silas have thievery?
Believe so.
Silas too scared to pick a lock.
He seems morally opposed at the moment. 17. Okay. Excuse me.
I probably would have said something like, stay in bag, as I try to pick it.
Sure. All right. Sure. The door unlocks. You think. You're no expert.
I'm gonna back to like here, not in direct line of the door. And then an invisible hand is going to try to open the door.
Sure.
I look over at Ro and go, well, I'm not stupid.
The door opens up.
Anything happen?
Yes.
Wagon explodes.
10 feet. Cattywampus.
You hear kind of like a zipping sound of like a wire being pulled quickly against wood. So like a kind of sound. And two heavy thudding twangs of crossbows. The first, a net, a silver net, spreads out in the air as a crossbow bolt flies, covering about a 10-foot area in front of where the door was. And in a split second, that is followed by a second crossbow bolt, which thuds into the ground right in the middle of the net. And you see, it almost looks like about the size of like a can of baked beans, but it has this weird contraption where the can of beans almost like compresses down on a plunger at the end. Nothing happens for a moment. And then I will need for you to roll me a reflex defense.
Reflex, you say?
I do.
31.
Very nice. It's very good. You're going to take half of this.
Oh, okay. I had to open the door. I just had to.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to take 22 fire damage as a large explosion of fire occurs. And you are on fire.
Oh, no! I just jump into the water.
Sure. There is a smell of sulfur. Smoke that was out here before is even stronger now.
Corvus pops his head out of the water. I figured out the sulfur smell. I'm going to slowly get back on land.
The door is as you're coming out of the water, you see the door has swung shut.
Completely?
Yeah, dude.
Motherfucker!
I mean, it can't do that again, can it?
I immediately try to use my mage hand and try to open it back up again.
Where are you standing?
I would probably be just like right out of the water.
Sure. Please put your finger where you're standing.
Right there.
I am not there. I stood far away.
it's still paused.
Right,
I'm
you
technically
guys
to
are up top.
the right a little bit. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Put you guys back down at ground level. There we go.
I'm gonna get in that.
You're up a ways. Now you're down. Yeah, put you up wherever you want.
You have me
Free country.
paused.
Barovia is a free country.
It's so paused. Okay. Oh,
Right there.
I'm like somewhere between there and the bush.
Sure.
Because I'm like coming out of the water as I do it again.
The bush is on fire.
Oh, good. Right about there. Fuck.
Sure. Okay. The door clicks open.
Does anything happen?
No, you do hear the sound of kind of like a click, 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 click.
It's resetting.
Oh my god.
Reloading.
I look back and I rush into the carriage.
Oh my god.
Okay. You're in a small.
Set off the second round of traps.
Um,
Oh my god.
so you see a small wagon with a bed. Let me get to the right page here. Yeah, the better. All right. Here it is. Yeah, so against the, you kind of step up into it. There's a door that you step up into. I have a thing.
Oh, look at that.
Just to give you an idea what the inside's, it's kind of cramped inside, right? So against the far wall, across from the door, you see a small like raised bed with some cabinet doors underneath it. There is a wire that is attached to the door, runs across the ceiling through some pulleys, and is connected to two crossbows, which you notice beneath them there is a like a pulley with two weights attached to it and a rope, which is just slowly like going back and forth right now. And you hear each time it seems to be like ratcheting, and you see that the cord from the crossbow is getting pulled back. And two new bolts are currently resting into the crossbows, and the pull of the crossbow is getting ratcheted back as you enter. There's a wooden trunk covered with claw marks immediately to your right. There is a narrow wardrobe back by the bed against the wall. Hanging along hooks along both sides of the wagon is a varied accoutrement of lots of things you probably have seen or have seen others use. Pieces that put together would amount to a climber's kit, disguise kit if you have any proficiency in that kind of thing, healer's kit, basically a whole bunch of like venturing type supplies. You note there is yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what. Oh Oh, there's a wooden cage in there with a
Oh, by the
with a
way,
chicken. No, there's a chicken in the
Just a
cage,
child.
which
I like those
is
dolls.
fluffing its feathers and making loud noises at you.
With a chicken.
Cage with a chicken and 5 eggs inside.
Oh, eggs are expensive. Get those eggs.
Huh. Is there like a name on the cage? Or is it just a plain wooden cage?
It is a very plain wooden cage.
It's weird, there's a freaking chicken inside.
It's a chicken.
Can I open one of the blinds?
Sure.
You guys see this blind over here kind of open up, and I give a thumbs up.
Click, 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 click.
I hate that that's happening right now. But I feel pretty good that that only gets triggered when the door is open. Or at least I get the feeling that's...
Guess we'll find out.
Because I'm not leaving without opening that trunk. I want to check out that wooden trunk with the claw marks.
Yeah, it's all clawed up.
Jeez. All right. Inside the trunk, you see a battle axe, a flail, a morning star, a light crossbow, 10 silver crossbow bolts. I'll write all that.
A lot of weapons.
Yep.
Interesting. I'm already carrying like 100 silver bolts. Does that morning
What's
star look pretty good?
and Lee doing?
Mostly hanging back in case the traps go off again and we need to save Corvus's ass. Also keeping like one eye down the causeway in case someone decides to come back.
Okay. How about you, Lee?
Yeah, I think pretty much the same. Just kind of, yeah, make sure Corvus doesn't get blown up again, and then kind of scanning the area.
Okay. Next to the bed, behind the bed, there is a lyre as well with golden string. Jesus, golden strings hanging on the wall.
I mean,
Don't you steal that? Somebody's gonna be so pissed if you steal that.
I really want
I'll
it.
haunt you forever.
Do I remember? I cannot think of his name right now.
September.
Do you
Yes.
remember?
What
he
the
was
hell's
playing.
his name? Yeah, was he actually playing an
Rictavio?
instrument when he was at the bar? Yeah, Rictavio.
Octavio.
Like, have I seen that lyre before?
No.
Okay, so this is new. I'm not gonna take it, but I gotta pick it up.
Aren't you?
And I'm just.
Oh, you pick it up?
Oh yeah, I'm just looking for.
Cool.
Fuck.
You said the word.
Picked it up.
I just was looking for names.
You
Nothing
said
happens.
the words.
You pick it up. It's real nice. We could probably sell it for like 50 gold pieces.
Oh, I wouldn't sell this. I strum it. Is it in tune?
Yeah.
Damn.
It is in tune.
You hear calling from the cart. There's a really nice liar in here.
Said you're a liar? Corvus, I thought you were so truthful.
I do inspect it though. Is there any kind of name or abbreviations or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Fuck.
I mean, there was a name on the outside of the cart.
What's with this chicken?
What is with that chicken?
Has the trap completely reset?
Yeah.
Cool.
The ratcheting has stopped.
Is Abe in there with the door open or the door shut?
Oh, the door is shut behind Aiden. Yeah, the door is shut. Which you now notice that there's some sort of some kind of like spring steel, which is pushing the door closed on its own.
Got you. Well, I might as well look at this wardrobe. What do the clothes look like?
Might as well.
Might as well. Fuck.
Inside the wardrobe, there are 3 sets of fine clothes, 2 sets of traveler's clothes, several pairs of shoes, a harlequin mask, and 3 wigs.
3 wigs.
Sure are. I'm saying this is Lee. I don't know why I'm saying it is Lee.
I was like,
Lee.
Lee, how do you
I'm
know
not
all
Lee.
this?
I've been possessed.
I'm not Lee. You know, I'll just say it as Irina. She knows everything. Yeah, why do I have Lee selected? It's fine.
Fuck. All right.
Are they ladies' wigs or gentlemen's wigs?
Yeah, what kind of wigs are these?
Calling up on head. What kind of wigs are they?
You said you found wigs? What kind of wigs?
I don't know. Let me inspect them.
You're inspecting the clothes? Yeah, none of them would fit you particularly.
Corvus, you're such a perv.
No, I want to know, like, are they longer wigs? Are they, like, short hair?
I think one wig is long and a kind of the dirty blonde color you've seen on many Barovians.
Okay.
One is short and black, much like a man's cut. And one of them is long, straight, and like a dark brown. No. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay. Cool.
So 2 longer cuts and a shorter cut.
Okay.
But all seem to be like the colorations of you've seen of the Barovians, browns and blondes.
Interesting. I'm gonna throw some rations to that chicken. I don't know how long it's been in here. It might need to eat.
Can you take its eggs? That's 5 eggs. Been in here for 5 days.
I mean, the question is, does it start eating the rations? Then I'll tell you if I take the eggs.
You're giving one of your rations?
Yeah, I have
Just like some
I have
bread or
some
something? Yeah, just
deer
pick it up.
venison apparently.
It will not pick at the deer venison.
I think chickens are omnivores. They'll eat meat.
But jerky?
I mean,
Jerky-
it's been in
I
here
don't know
for
about
5
that,
days.
Yeah, how hungry is this fucker?
It's pretty hungry. Yeah, it's for sure. Whatever you put in the cage, it is curious about and starts pecking at it.
Good. I try to take
I
an
don't know
egg.
if it eats it or not. Chris says yes. So he'll
I
eat
vote
whatever you give
yes.
it. He'll eat whatever you give it.
All right, I try to take an egg.
Sure.
All right, well, fuck.
Yeah,
Now I got one egg and
Okay, you have an egg. 1 raw egg.
now I'm stuck in this fucking thing. I don't want to. All right, maybe I can just kick open the door, let it go off, and then sneak out.
I mean, it shouldn't go off when you open it from the inside, or else the person's gonna blow themselves up. But maybe they know. I guess they could disable the traps first.
Yeah, is there like a switch or like a little loop or something by the door to like disable the trap to get out? There's got to be a way out of here without setting it off.
Sure. Make a perception check.
I can do that.
Okay. This is easier to see from the inside. You ascertain as you're walking around, looking around. You kick aside a small rug on the floor of the place, and you actually see that there's a trapdoor on the bottom of the
Well, son of a bitch.
wagon. As your foot disrupts the rug a little bit.
I just try to open it up. I don't even look to see if it's trapped.
Yeah, you open it.
All right, I'm gonna try to crawl out from the thing without breaking my egg.
I'll let you decide if you can do that.
I mean, Corvus he's pretty dexterity is. Yeah.
You know your character better than me.
That's my highest stat. Yeah, I make it out. I army crawl.
Right.
You see me emerge from underneath.
You probably used to juggle eggs for copper.
In fact, I come out. I'm one-handed juggling. I was just throwing it up in the air and catching it.
Mm-hmm. Corvus comes out from underneath the cart. Do you close the trapdoor behind you?
Oh, yeah. I guess I would.
Sure. You do. You push the trapdoor back up, and there's like a little knot of wood that kind of twists into place to latch it.
Well, I don't know if it was all that worth it. As part of my clothing is singed. The individual who owns that cart is a master of many disguises, and I describe the clothing and the wigs. They've got a whole arsenal in there of different weapons and other things, and well, the two things that I found strangest in there, one was the trunk that had claw marks all over it, and the second was the damn chicken in there laying eggs. I sit down in the dirt. Well, I'm just confused now. I'm not sure what to do.
Well, the way I see two possibilities. One, there's another individual, this Esmeralda, or possibly this is just how Rictavio or Rudolf von Richten changes their identity, adopts one persona or the other.
Hmm.
If there's these wolf marks around here, maybe Rudolf von Richten slash Rictavio slash Esmeralda is also a werewolf, which could explain why they say that they're living forever in their note. In any case, I think we should try to track down these werewolves because they may have been taking the girl. Maybe we can get some answers that way.
True. Hmm. Yeah, I think you're right. I, I think we got more questions here than we got answers.
I'll agree with that. Andy, if I look around, is there any evidence of like a boat, uh, like some scraping on the shore or something like where a boat might have been pulled up, or like a kind of like hitching post to tie it up on, anything like that?
No signs of a boat. Um, you do see your own survival. Your own survival.
I'll do that.
That's still a thing. It is still a thing. Let's roll. Okay. You are able to follow the second set of wagon tracks down the causeway. They seem to go into off of the road into the woods. Let's see. Sorry. Yeah. The tracks from the cart seem to dead end into a hollow off of the road. Looks like whatever the second wagon was, there are two sets of tracks. One go into this hollow, off of the hollow of in the woods, kind of off of the road a little bit, and the other track seems to head down towards Valaki. You don't see any evidence of a boat though.
Oh, like they parked it in the hollow. Like they unloaded the tower, then hide it in the hollow.
Much of the forest floor around the hollow is stained with yellow and white paint.
Huh.
Oh, like the other wagons, yellow and white.
Interesting.
Have we seen any yellow and white wagons in our travels?
Boy, I don't remember.
It's a little foggy.
It's been a while.
Been a while.
Was the meat pie lady in a wagon? No, she was in like a window.
She
Fuck
was
that
pulling a
lady.
handcart.
Fuck
She was
her.
pulling a handcart.
A handcart, was her handcart yellow and white?
It was not.
Okay.
I did double check the names of her daughters, and none of them is Esmeralda. So. They do all end in A. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not, but
maybe she's Esmeralda.
It's Morgantha was the old lady, and then her daughters are, where did it go? Bella and Ophalia. Well, I propose we follow these tracks and check out this clearing. See if you can find any clues.
Sure. So yeah, the second set of tracks end in a dark, sheltered hollow off of the road. You see spatters of bright yellow and white paint on the forest floor here.
He's a painter.
Or every time he changes identity, he changes his cart's color.
Are there any like wolf tracks or any signs of like a struggle or anything like that?
Make a perception check. You don't see any signs of struggle here. In fact, as a reminder, you didn't notice any like blood stains or anything near Esmeralda's cart, wagon.
Lots of tracks.
Lots of wolf tracks, and then soot stains and burn marks. That's it. Here, you just see the paint. You probably see like some boot marks and stuff scattered about, but nothing that strikes you as too frenzied. The paint is mostly dry, but still slightly tacky. For what it's worth.
So there's tracks that basically dead end here in this clearing, and then there's another set of tracks that go back to the town. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah. I bet with his crafting skill, Silas would probably be able to guesstimate that the paint in the clear here is probably no more than a few days old.
Well, it seems like we may have to go try to find out who owns this cart.
Yeah, I'd hate to give up on this area so soon, but our quarry may be back in Vallaki.
So is this is Kazan's tower, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. We see no sign of the symbols we're looking for. Be sure the tower didn't go down.
What symbols are you looking for?
On his ring. Wasn't there a symbol like on his ring and on the journal that we recognized?
I used that to open the door.
But that wasn't like inside anywhere, right? Like.
No, that was just on the. Well, that was the only place we found it. I did not say down, for the record. I only said up.
Possible that there's more to that tower.
Well, now that you say that, I feel dumb without trying it.
See if there's a basement.
Let me tend to your burns before you go anywhere else.
I'd appreciate that. I mean, only if you want to. And then I'm going to walk my ass back to that tower just to say down and be disappointed all over again. I should say, if you want a new mace, there's a mace inside that cart.
I saw that.
Critical success.
Good job.
I accept the healing.
What am I using? See, there's a mace or a morning star.
It's a morning star. Sorry.
Okay.
I think it was a morning star. Let me look. Yeah, morning star, a flail.
They're different. One's better.
It's a whole die size bigger.
I actually thought about grabbing it, and I wasn't sure what you used.
I use a mace because it's my like deities thing.
Well, see, I didn't want to insult you and be like,
Mhm.
here's this better thing. Get rid of your deity's
Mhm.
weapon.
Mhm.
But you could probably melt that pewter thing I made you and shove it on there. Then it's just
And then there's
sitting.
a. You said it's a hand crossbow.
Yeah,
Light
Probably
crossbow.
not as good as a heavy crossbow.
which I actually have a hand crossbow that I found last time. If you
I
want
have
it,
a heavy crossbow. No, I have a heavy crossbow. It's fine.
I have a
That's right.
whole.
You found a hand crossbow at the top of the tower. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I go in the tower and stay down.
I mean, it'd
try
be
it.
silly not to at least try.
Who's going on the elevator?
I mean, I'm already heard. I
Okay.
don't
Only
mind.
one person can go on at a time, right? It was
It
it's not that
is,
big.
You could maybe fit 2 people if you get real cozy. You try. You try whatever you want. You squeeze 3 people into a 5-foot square. 5 foot.
I mean, I say you do like mountain stance, and then someone like, sit on top of your shoulders.
I can like
Stack
squat down and somebody can
Yeah.
ride my shoulders.
Yeah, we all of us, all 5 of us
3
get on the
adventurers in a
elevator.
trench coat.
Yep.
No, we'll leave Silas and Irina. The 3 of us will all squish together. And break this elevator gets stuck.
All right. You all do a big group squeeze hug. Who says what?
Down.
Down.
Okay.
This fucking works.
It doesn't do anything for a moment, and then you hear a creaking, and the winch starts to lower you below.
Motherfucker.
The
Can't believe that. Why didn't we think down?
the platform within moments is submerged in water,
Oh.
and it continues to go down.
Up!
Okay, it stops, and it starts to go back up.
Okay.
After we can breathe again, I go, but what if there's something down there?
Well, sure.
Yeah, it goes pretty slow, so you probably caught it before it was even like knee deep. But
Okay.
yeah, probably after it drops about a foot, you start. It's basically just all water.
Does anybody have a way to breathe underwater? I know there's some magical spells that could do things like that.
Not currently. What time of day is it?
It's late evening or late afternoon.
I turn to Lee. You were in the water. Could you see underneath this little island? It's more like I look up because I'm hugging his leg and try to talk to him.
It's real swampy out there, though. Like it was pretty like murky, soft bottom stuff. So
Visibility is not great. There's a lot of mud and muck that makes it difficult.
Well, I sort of panicked and stopped us, but even if the elevator goes underwater, we could still swim to the surface and breathe if you want to try to check it out. If it is very, very deep, I can help us, but not until I spend some time focusing and sleeping and preparing spells.
I mean, if the elevator goes down and stays down, then at least the floor will, or the ceiling will be open. We could like
There's a
set up a rope or something.
right. There's a top on the elevator, right? Just a platform with like nothing above it.
Yeah, and it goes up through all 3 of the floors.
Okay. So if it goes down, like we're not like trapped underwater.
You can say.
Oh,
Andy, how far was like the water surface from the ground? I guess.
About a foot or 2.
Okay.
Not far down. You're guessing it's probably about level with the height of the lake.
Okay.
The lake water.
Lee will step onto the platform, and he says down, and then steps off the platform.
Okay.
Oh.
It starts to go down. It is dark down there. What kind of light source do you have?
All I have. Where's my stuff? I have a candle. I have a hooded lantern. So both of those are gonna go out in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody have any magical light?
You can be like holding onto the chain or something, having this conversation. Easily hoist yourself out because there are 4 chains, one at the corner of each of the platform quarters.
I got nothing.
yeah. I think currently.
I don't even have a cantrip. So we're letting the platform just go without us, right? Is that what's happening right now?
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's never coming back.
Andy, the platform didn't go without us, right? Like at any point when we were investigating the tower, like we were up in the top tower for a while and it just stayed there until we left.
Yep.
I'm going to just sit and kind of pay attention to how long that chain goes until it stops and see if I can like triangulate how far it went down.
Sure. It seemed to be about the same distance as it was up to the first floor.
Oh, and then it stopped?
Yep. And Rachel, you might have missed the description of how this works. Is whenever they say up or down, there are like 4 statues, like clay statues, one in each corner, holding the chain, and they basically are like pulling a curtain whenever the command happens. They're very creaky. But yeah, they move in that weird kind of like stop motion animatronic kind of way.
Well,
Rules for holding breath, by the way, is you get 5 plus your Constitution modifier worth of rounds to hold your breath before you fall unconscious. Full stop.
So that's 8 rounds,
If
and
you
a round is
if
6
you try
seconds.
to do like casting spells, if you're attacked, or if you attack, I think it counts as like double rounds, something like that. Yeah, if you attacked or cast any spells, you lose 2 rounds worth. You lose a round worth every time you are critically hit or critically fail a saving throw.
Okay.
Why would we need to know combat rules in water?
Yeah, Andy, why is...
I was wondering, I was like, how long can you hold your breath underwater? 5 plus your Constitution modifier.
Lee says, why don't one of you light your lantern and at least hold it below not into the water, but hold it below the floor level, and I'll swim around and see if I can at least see how big this thing is.
Yeah, I'll pull my hooded lantern out, which I think is apparently already out. Yep. And I'll hold it as close to the surface as I can.
Sure.
Unhooded.
Unhooded. All right.
So yeah, leave and just kind of like swim around the periphery. I'm assuming it's the same size as the rest of the tower, but just to confirm it.
All right. So, to swim, you are doing athletics checks for each action. Um, and on a success, you're moving. This is a pretty simple, so really probably just unless you're rolling a natural one, you're not gonna.
Oh, I do.
You
Yeah,
have assurance, by the
I
way.
do have assurance for athletics, so I'll do that then.
Yeah, you're totally fine. So every action you're moving 10 feet,
Okay.
unless you have something that lets you go faster. But standard movement is 10 feet through water. Oh, on a critical success, which would probably be you with assurance, where you're like plus 10, plus 11.
Plus 14.
Oh, yeah, you get a critical success. So you can actually move 15 per action.
Whoa!
Okay.
Cool. So in 15 feet, you're reaching the wall of a chamber. And if you're just tracing, probably in about 2 full rounds, if you wanted to make a full periphery,
Yeah.
it's like a square chamber that's about like 30 feet on the side.
Okay. Does that basically match the tower size, or is it a little bigger?
Might be a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to make out anything, but you can kind of feel your way along the wall.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a perception check with a -2 circumstance bonus penalty. It's my bonus.
So -2 circumstance.
Okay. So as you're feeling along the wall, you do feel some inlaid grooves in the stone. Hard to make out much more than that. You also feel some like wooden furniture that's been like racks or pegs that have been like on the wall, fixed onto the wall. Yep.
Okay.
But they're all at your touch. They sort of start like crumbling under your feel. They've probably been submerged for some time.
And then I guess last thing is I'll dive down to the bottom just to try to see how deep the water is.
All right. We're gonna say we're up to four rounds. You can get to the bottom. You can get to the bottom in like 2 actions. Do you want to do an action as like a search?
Sure.
Sure. Let's do another search then for perception along the bottom.
-2.
Mm-hmm. All right. You find a a wooden case. So as you're sort of swimming around along the bottom, you notice that there are several structures down here. They seem to be largely like rusted and broken, decayed in some way from the water and the years. You're not sure exactly what they are, though it looks similar to like maybe some of the crafting equipment that Silas might use or other wizardly folk. As you see like tables with equipment that have mostly like broken down. And then kind of leaning against the wall near one of these rotted tables is a fairly good shaped wooden case.
Okay, I'll grab that wooden case.
Right. Um, yeah. You recall. You have the case. I'll tell you what you recall later.
Okay.
What else do you want to do? I've been down there about 4 rounds.
I guess if I got a little extra time, I'll try to search and see if there's like maybe a lever or something, that there might be like some way to drain the water.
Okay. So you're searching along the walls?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go ahead and make a search check. It's hard to say. You don't really notice anything.
Okay.
You feel like
So
there's like letters carved into the wall, or runes or something.
Okay. So yeah, I'll surface back up and climb out with the chain.
Sure.
It looks like this chamber has been flooded for a while. There's a lot of rotten wooden furniture down there. I did find this, and he tosses up the wooden case. There's also some like writing or runes or something on the wall, but I couldn't tell much more than that without any light.
Andy, Silas doesn't have some kind of light spell, does he?
No,
Okay.
it does not.
This whole time he's like, oh, I've got light. Nobody asked me.
Right.
So this case is in pretty good order. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Damage doesn't seem to be.
No, it seems to be in pretty good condition.
Well, that is interesting. I wonder what's inside that case. I've already been burned once today. I don't mind checking it out.
Mm-hmm.
How big is it? Is it like a pencil case, or is it like a weapons case?
Yeah, it's probably actually it's probably about the size of like a rifle case. It opens without a problem.
And the seconds afterwards, everything's still okay?
Yeah, you're fine.
Excellent.
In fact, it seems pretty dry inside. You see in there is a wand. And sorry, you see a wand that seems to be tipped in like a blue-green crystal, and there is a ring in there as well. And I'm sorry, and then there's basically like sockets where both of those are placed, and the third thing that takes up most of the length of this is an empty spot. In this case, which seems to be about the length of like a scepter, short staff. And now, Chris, is when you recall that one of the things Victor said he was looking for in the tower was the staff of Kazan.
Okay.
Victor, the teenager who really, really wants to be a spellcaster, really wants to be a wizard someday. Mm-hmm. And that's what's in it. Wand and a ring.
Does the ring have the symbol of Kazan? Kazan.
It does. It does. In fact.
Does it look like the one that we already have?
The one you had was fairly plain, just made out of like a pewter material. This one is much more intricate, I guess. It's like a carved silver ring.
Hmm. And the wand has a blue-green crystal on the end of it.
Yeah, so basically it has that same pattern of like Kazan's symbol that you saw on the door that represented all the different schools of magic. But so it seems very similar, but like much more like intricately carved out of better materials.
Hmm. So the question is, who hid this down below, and/or who knows of it? And what's this ring do? And wand? I have so many questions after visiting this tower.
I think we should try to find Rictavio. He may have the answers.
Do you think it goes any deeper?
Well, if he is a werewolf or is working with the werewolves, there may be some sort of alliance there.
Hmm.
If they did kidnap the girl, why they would do so, I have no idea.
Hmm.
I don't have those items built yet, but I will. I will add them to the party sheet once I build them.
Well,
Maybe we should head back to town. See if we can find the Rictavio in this wagon.
agreed. Should we put the case back at least? You know, minus its items, of course.
Seems like a perfectly good waterproof case.
It's an old case too. The case itself has Kazan's symbol on it.
Hmm.
Maybe this case and these items have been in here for years. If Rictavio is staying at this tower, maybe he didn't even discover them.
Interesting. Yeah, I say we pocket the items and I guess head back to town.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do before you leave?
Should we leave the chicken there to die? Or we think they're coming back for the chicken?
Well, I hope they're coming back. Andy, standing beside where the opening is,
Uh-huh.
I want to say down again and see what happens.
Nothing happens.
Alright.
The statues do not move.
Alright, then I'm going to say up.
The chain starts to creak and crank, and the platform raises up to the ground floor level.
Okay. I don't want people to know that we've been down there.
That's a good idea.
I mean, it's bad enough someone broke into that cot, but stole a poor chicken's egg. Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea to see if we can find this Rectavio at the town. Who knows? Maybe we'll run into a werewolf or two.
Who knows? Heading back to town?
Yep, I think so.
Right. You're going back the way you came up down the old Spallage Road.
Yeah, I think that's the direct route.
Or yeah. Go back to the map here. 1 second. Oh, yeah. Come back. To Mortar, we will take you. Can I not move you? No, it's because I'm hanging. There we go. Hey guys, hey Chris, you still loading?
Oh yeah, 98%.
Yep.
I just wanted to make sure I actually did the thing to pull you guys here.
Oh,
got it.
100%.
Alright, I should go to bed. I can't keep my eyes open. But I'm glad I told you to go down in the elevator.
Yeah,
Like
son
I
of a
contributed.
bitch. Can't believe
Yeah, I think
that.
I'm probably gonna get a good pause point soon if you want to get a couple more minutes.
Yeah, I just
It's getting late in the game too, so you guys probably won't make it back to. If you want to hoof it back to town, then it'll be late. Or you can look for a place to stop.
already eat my werewolves in the middle of the night.
Oh, we totally are.
You can just
I'd
push through. It'll be late. It'll probably be past midnight by the time you get back to town.
Yeah, I'd say hoof it back to town and then sleep in a tavern.
Yeah, I don't want to stay out.
Yeah,
Midnight.
we push it real good.
All right. After about 15 minutes after you've departed the lake, you guys are just about to get to the old Spallage Road. A deep voice calls out
Oh, shit.
from the dark wood. Actually, not from the dark wood, from the road ahead of you. Who goes there? Through the chill mist, you see a large man in drab clothing wearing a tattered gray cloak.
It's the hooded one.
What?
It's the hooded one.
He has shaggy black hair and thick mutton chops. You see as he's holding a lantern out in front of him. He leans heavily on a spear and has a small bundle of animal pelts slung over his shoulder. Just behind him, barely visible in the gloom, stands a grim-faced woman, her long dark hair loosely braided. She holds a spear of her own, the tip glinting in the scarce light. So, yeah, they just call out, "Who goes there?"
Just simple travelers. My name is Lee.
Lee, it's a dangerous road to be traveling at night. I'm Zolt. This is Matilda. We're trappers from Kresk.
Kresk, we haven't met anybody from there.
He nods sort of past you in the lake and says, "It's to the west. Travel some time if you want to get some wine." As I said, this road's a dangerous place for travelers. We were going to be stopping for the night, but seems to be... He looks around. Might be safer to be in town.
We thought so too. We were heading towards the lackey. If you want to come with us, we can keep each other company on the road. Safety in numbers and all that.
He glances back at Matilda, who like has been staring at you all, and just sort of like gives him a slight nod. He says, "Sounds safe enough." As you get, you guys approach them at all?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
To you?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You see, as you're approaching, Zolt says, "There's been a tale echoing through the woods of late of a Vistana woman, a phantom stalking these paths under the moon's gaze." Kind of looks up. "They say she's not of this world, who comes from the realm of death itself." Licks his lips a little bit. "She's said to be a frightful sight, eyes burning like embers in the darkness," which calls to attention his own amber eyes.
They're fucking werewolves.
"And an iron leg that shrieks in the night." Sorry, I'm congested. An iron leg.
That what's in the night?
Shrieks in the night.
Oh, the fuck.
Matilda picks it up a little bit, softly saying from the side, "They say she's clad in a patchwork of cloaks, a wandering vagabond. Don't let that fool you. In her hand she carries a wicked blade, a weapon thirsting for the blood of innocents." He kind of chuckles and picks up from there. "Oh, does her blade drink well? She's been butchering good folk in these woods, they say. Men, women, matters not to this fiend. Whip goes her blade, and off come their heads. Trophies for her dark desires." As you guys have been walking for a few more minutes while they've been talking, he pauses and says, he kind of grins at you all. "I'm sure we'll have naught to worry about with strong, fine folk like you on the road. Besides, how deadly can a tale truly be, right?
Oh my god, we're gonna die.
Besides, looks like you all have good steel to defend yourselves, should the murderess find us on the road." He kind of starts eyeing up what kind of weaponry you guys have showing. What kind of weaponry do you guys have showing?
My sword will be at my side.
Yeah, Rose got a mace and a crossbow.
Lee holds up his fists.
Yeah.
I need no blade.
The
Can I, as he is eyeing our weaponry, can I like insight check to see if like he is assessing with malintent?
Yeah, that's a thing you can do. Perception check.
Like if it's like if he's assessing in like a nefarious way.
Yeah.
We're about to get mugged.
Yeah, can I get in on that?
Sure.
Lee is trusting. He trusts him.
No, I didn't do it. I didn't do a blind roll. I just rolled the roll.
Man, I felt good with my +9.
He is speaking more playfully than his eyes lead you to believe. His eyes move with purpose over all your weapons. He's looking for something specific. in your estimation.
Uh-huh.
Do you do anything?
I make sure that I have eyes on the two of them at all times, and that like one of them is not sneaking around behind us. And I'm also watching the two of them for signs of like if they are doing any sort of signaling that someone in the woods might pick up on.
Sure.
I am on high alert in case we are being led into a trap.
Sure. Jesus. So Rose starts looking around behind. You start sort of like glancing around behind the group to see if you're being flanked or.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like chill about it, but I'm just like making sure, like, and watching for like if I notice one of them is like leaving a trail marker somehow, or like signaling, or yeah.
Well, are you watching them, or are you where's your focus, on these guys or on the woods?
I am watching the two of them to see if they're doing any sort of signaling to each other or to people who might be around.
Got it.
And also just making sure that like while we're talking to him, she's not sneaking around behind us to stab us.
The way I'm playing that is that, like, if you would require some kind of a roll, like if someone was flanking them, since you already succeeded on the roll, I would give you a circumstance bonus for like specifically pointing out, like, yeah, I am watching behind. But then you probably wouldn't be picking up stuff from that.
Right. No, I am watching them for sketchy behavior.
Got it. You would notice that you already kind of picked up on this, but the playful light sort of drops from Zolt's eyes after he scans over you guys. None of anyone's weapons happens to be silver, does it?
Nope.
Didn't think so.
Nope.
Not the one that's showing, that is.
Sorry. The playful smirk sort of turns into more of a mocking smirk. Ro, you would catch that. He sort of boastfully says, you seem to be mighty warriors indeed, he says, looking at Lee's fists. But I hate to tell you, you seem to have forgotten something important.
Oh my god, they're fucking werewolves, we're gonna die.
He says directly to Lee, you forgot something important, friend.
Rose gonna shift so she is shielding Silas.
Sure.
Just because he's squishy.
Does Lee respond at all?
What is it that I've forgotten?
You catch again a flash of amber from his eyes, and he hisses, silver. And both he and Matilda begin to sprout fur and claws. Yep. And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Son of a bitch.
Don't ever trust strangers.
Last werewolves were kind of wimpy that we fought, so I beefed these guys up a little bit.
Oh, good. Good. It's good. I appreciate that, Andy.
Up since then, so,
But